welcome to VN News. I'm your host, Luke Kirkturn, with my associates.
My name is not important.
Hayden Baraka. Typer Munley.
Alright, let's get right into the news. So yeah, the troops are pulling out of the Vietnam War now.
What did you just say to me? I
The
went
troops,
there.
they're pulling out.
You don't know what it's like there.
I know.
About Vietnam. I knew a lot of good men that died that day. The Charlies all in the trees. All I heard was screaming and bullets. I didn't know what to do. I ran out. I got shot 7 times. 7 times.
7 times?
One of my friends, he's still alive. No one I know actually died. I'm not that bad. You can continue. Anyways, so the draft is over. So it's really good news because all these troops can finally get home to their families, and I'm really happy that they can see the light of the city once more and not burn in Vietnam no longer.
It's finally over. I mean, I don't think the citizens ever supported the war because we didn't know what it was good for.
I don't think we supported the war that often. Is that what you're talking about? When you said citizens, I thought you meant in Vietnam. I don't think they supported it either.
I think we invaded them.
Yeah.
I think they were trying to mind their own business.
That's what you get for being a communist.
So America kind of lost this war, didn't it?
America doesn't lose wars. No one won. Let's get off that topic.
Why?
It makes me uncomfortable. I don't want to talk about it. Shell shock.
You mean like Rambo?
Yeah. I don't think that movie came out yet, but yeah, like Rambo.
Gnarly. Did you hear about Nixon trying to resign?
Yes, I did hear about Nixon trying to resign. Do you know why he's resigning?
I'll
tell you why.
Okay.
He was caught trying to cover up a break-in in the
Watergate Hotel.
Even the Watergate Hotel, known for the name, the Watergate scandal.
Yeah, sounds about right actually. You see, considering Nixon tried to cover it up, people are questioning if he's actually a good fit for president. So, actually, Nixon is resigning. He does not want to be the only president to be impeached.
Gnarly. So, what happened with Apollo 13?
You see, Apollo 13 was supposed to go to the moon, but they experienced problems. So, they landed safely in the water, thankfully, and the crew had to come in and save them all.
Save them all? How many were there?
3 members unharmed.
Unharmed. That's the way to do it. It's America for you.
It's America. Freedom, home of the land, free of the brave. No, my mustache means the one.
Hello and welcome back to VN News. This is your world news section. Now, to start it off, hear about what's found in China?
Didn't they find like a bunch of terracotta people?
Yeah, there are statues made out of terracotta and they're all individual. It's of like old soldiers, like samurais and stuff.
That's like pretty groovy, man.
It is. It's real crazy. Cause like...
That's just take like a lot of work.
Probably. They probably had like 3 people do it over a period of like 2,000 years or something crazy like that.
Yeah.
Or like...
Totally lived that long.
Or like 2,000 people did it in 3 days. Who knows? We don't know the numbers. They didn't have numbers back then. So, I mean, what are you gonna do about it? But I mean, like, there's a lot of them out there. There's a lot of soldiers out there.
So speaking of soldiers, did you hear about that hostage crisis in Iran?
Yeah, that's pretty weird. It's just like, it seemed to come out of nowhere, but like, the people in Iran, they're just like, hey, got some of your people, you want them? And we're like, yeah. And they're like, give us this. And we're like, nah, man.
And then, like, that guy, President
Carter. Yeah,
he was like...
He was trying.
He couldn't do it, man.
No, he couldn't quite. We ended up not getting them back, which was unfortunate. You know, good people just didn't quite make it out of there. But,
we tried.
Yeah, we tried. Carter. Probably because of that, you know. I mean, he wasn't a great dude. He was real short, but...
That really affects your popularity. You
yeah,
can't get a bunch of hostages back.
People back. They're just like, oh man, it's hot in here. Sorry. It is summertime.
You know, that reminds me of the Summer Games in '72.
In Munich?
Yeah, the one where the Black September killed all those
Oh yeah, the Black September, man.
people.
There was 11 Israeli athletes, I think, that were held hostage by them. It's just like, it's a crazy thing that can happen. You don't think it's gonna happen, and then when it finally does, you're just like,
Wow.
wow, that's real crazy, you know?
Yeah.
But like, sometimes, I mean, no one really expected that to happen. It was a pretty peaceful games, you know, and it just ended in tragedy.
Jimmy Carter.
Them back.
Yeah, well,
Jimmy Carter.
You know, he's not getting president.
Yeah, he didn't get reelected because of stuff like that. But I mean, it's just stuff like that we don't expect that happens. You can't predict it, and when it happens, it's just a real tragedy that happened to those Israeli athletes. You know,
I mean, this was on American athletes.
isn't that right? Home of the land, free of the brave.
Welcome back to VN News. We're here with the entertainment section here today. Did you hear about Star Wars coming out?
Yeah. See, it came out a long time ago, actually. I don't know why you're just not hearing about it, but a lot of people really like that movie. Did you know that that's the highest grossing film of right now?
We hope it stays long grossing for like forever.
I do too. It's well deserving. I feel like a lot of people are gonna remember that movie for a long time. Hope many franchises are made from this movie.
We're making out with a sequel now too. A trilogy.
Are they? I'm excited
Yeah.
for that. Yeah, actually, the first time I went to see Star Wars, I went in with my Walkman. I was great. I didn't even hear anything from the movie. It was just jamming in my jams, you know? You even know what a Walkman is?
No, you should tell me.
Oh yeah. I'll be happy to. See, the Walkman it's like this big, and it's just portable. Put a cassette inside of it.
You don't have to like plug it in or anything?
No, you just put a cassette and it plays your music. You have headphones, you put them on, and you just jam. You just go into your music world.
And it plays a cassette.
Yeah. Smallest thing to come out in a while. I don't see anything else getting smaller.
Not for a long while. It was pretty tiny.
Yeah.
Teeny.
But anyway, they did catch me inside the theater with the Walkman.
Did you get in trouble?
Yeah. They threw it out. I guess they weren't big fans of the Beatles. You know what I'm saying?
Did you hear the Beatles actually broke up?
Actually, yeah, that happened at the very beginning of the 70s. I'm quite aware. I've had 9 years to hear about it. I'm really sad.
Such a shame.
They never found out why. I mean, Paul came out openly and was like, hey, the Beatles are no more. And everyone in the world was like, that's ruining my vibe, you know?
I mean, the last whole album was just, they were done with it. They were just there for the music. They lost their heart.
I mean, that's as good of an explanation as any I've heard so far. Some say it's because of Yoko, others say it's not. Some say it's because they just didn't get along.
I mean, and they did have a good run though.
They did have a really good run. I mean, they're probably one of the biggest musicians ever. They're gonna be for a while.
Mm-hmm. Took out Elvis Presley when he was big.
Did you hear that? Remember when he died?
He did, yeah.
Elvis died.
Drugs.
Drugs will do that to you.
Don't do drugs.
Let that be a message to you, children.
All of you. Stay in school and don't do drugs.
Want to get high?
Oh, yeah.
Welcome back to VN News. Now we're back with your sports section. Now, as you can tell, just look at my hair, look at what I'm wearing. I'm a pretty big hockey fan.
Obviously.
Yeah, I'm pretty good. But like, see the 70s?
Yeah.
That's 1970. The Stanley Cup.
That's that Bobby guy scored something.
Bobby Orr, man. That overtime goal in Game 7. It went all the way to Game 7. And Bobby Orr, 40 seconds into overtime. Just 40 seconds. Not very long at all.
That's kind of disappointing for the other team.
I mean, yeah, they weren't feeling good. They just lost the Stanley Cup. They just
In Game 7.
Yeah, they won 15 games. They had to just get to 16. They finally lost it. But Bobby Orr, he had an amazing shot. He was actually tripped as he shot, and as he shot, he jumped in the air because he knew he scored it.
Good job, Bob. Good job, Bobby.
And
Proud
Bobby,
of you.
it was the first time they'd won a Stanley Cup since 1958. You know that?
He broke the streak, man.
It was finally over. It was great. But, I mean, you got something you want to talk about, too.
I mean, his achievements kind of remind me of the achievements of Mark Spitz.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that guy
Mark
from the
Spitz.
72 Olympics.
Yeah.
He like set 7 world records.
7 world records. Wow. That's pretty crazy.
I mean, nobody's gonna be able to beat his times.
No one.
Especially not high schoolers in 2016.
What were his time? What was the best time that he had?
Like in 100-meter freestyle, he had a 51:23.
51:23.
That's under a minute.
Ridiculous.
That's under a minute.
That's unheard of. Is this man a god?
I mean, he does have a pretty sweet mustache.
Pretty good. You know who else has a pretty sweet mustache? Probably the guy who rides Secretariat.
I think he shaved.
Aerodynamics.
Yeah.
You know, people do that in swimming too. Don't they shave?
Not Mark Spitz.
Oh, Mark Spitz.
He was too good for that.
He doesn't need it.
He was too
good.
good.
The jockey's probably shaved, but you know,
That's
since
why he
he
won
shaved,
the Triple Crown.
he won the Triple Crown. He had one of the best records.
He won 21 times.
He came in first 21 times out of all his races. That's an achievement.
21 times.
That's pretty good. I don't think anyone's ever going to do that. Secretariat, what a racer. What a horse. Winning a Triple Crown is just an achievement. That's like...
It's like special, man.
Yeah, that's a big deal. No one does that. I mean, a couple other people have, but no one does that. No one ever will do that ever again. But I mean, sports is our specialty, you know?
Obviously. We're so the athletic type, you know?
Yeah, I mean, show me guns. Show me guns.
No.
Show me guns. I mean, look at these abs. That'll be a blooper. That will be on it. But it's like, now, sports, just our thing. So, I think this is a good way to leave off the news in the best segment of it all. A little segment I like to call
Sports.
Come back next time for the next episode of BN News,
That's
where
gonna
we'll be
be
talking
1889.
about 1889. See you next time.
1889.
Okay, stop the recording.